We're out today at 3 Mile Dam and Pat and I have just done the Gold Seekers Trail. I'm on a set of MSRs, Pat's on a pair of Tubbs. Thought I'd give you a bit of a run through of the snowshoes we've been using and also the upgrades that have been made in the last couple of years to the ones that we've been using. So in my hand here I've got the MSR Lightning Ascent, which is my personal pair. I've had these for about 5 years. You can see some of the paint's come off them, they're fairly well used. And here is a set of Tubbs Flex Treks, which we've had as a shop pair for staff to use and things like that.
Now, one thing to remember with snowshoes is they're very easy to moonwalk in. Let the Michael Jackson juice flow and just...
A couple of the differences. The Tubbs is a full plastic deck, whereas the MSR, the Lightning Ascent, is actually a fabric deck with an aluminium surround. Really good in icy conditions. And the fabric deck means it's a little bit lighter and a little bit quieter as well than the full plastic deck. Both snowshoes pivot around the toe, and you've got this crampon unit in here as well. So if we have a look at the Tubbs are pretty interesting. Tubbs have got this full steel rail down the side. So we've had these for probably about 5 years and they have been used and abused by various staff members, yet they still look really good condition. I'm pretty impressed with how these have held up overall. They are called the Flex Trek, so they've got this flexible tail at the end. So it gives you a little bit more of a natural gait as you walk along, and same thing, toe pivot. Both snowshoes have the heel lifter. The MSR heel lift is a little bit more aggressive, lifts you up a little bit higher, and that'll take, as you're going up a steeper hill, takes the pressure off the calves and allows you just to move up in that way. I have some bugbears with these, particularly the Lightning Ascents. This strap setup is amazing for the variety of boots that you can put in it. So you can put a ski boot, you can put a hiking boot, doesn't really matter. But in all honesty, they are a real pain when you're out using them. I've got the little expedition studs on them, so they're meant to be able to just clip down, but you've got 4 straps to do up. It's hard to do with full gloves on, particularly if you've got to press it down onto the studs. It's a little bit of a pain. Now, last year, MSR brought out a whole new binding system. So everything I love about the original Lightning, so the same fabric deck, the lightweight rail around the side, great grip on icy conditions, which is something we do have a lot of here in Australia, but they've rechanged the binding. So this is called the Paragon binding, and you're able to slip your toe in here of your boot and then tighten up the sides, and then you've got a heel strap. This is 10 times easier to use than the old separate straps. It's turned this into a really, really good snowshoe. I really like it. The one thing that I'm disappointed about is that I haven't had a chance to upgrade. There's nothing wrong with my old ones. At some stage I may do, just because I really want to use this binding system, but at this point in time the old one still works, so this is a really good setup. I'll talk you through the changes with the Tubbs Flex. They've also had an upgrade during that same time. The basic shell, the moulded component of the Flex, is the same as what I've been using for a number of years. So what they've done again is they've updated their binding system. So similar to MSR, they've got a section that you can slide the toe in, and then you've got 2 separate straps here that you tighten down, and you've got this central strap here, this blue one that you can see. When you pull that, it pulls the release on both these toggles, so it allows you to get your foot out of it relatively easily, and you've got a clip at the back where a strap, just like a volley strap. These are really good, tighten up around the heel. Really nice upgrade. Now, we sell 2 types of Tubbs in the shop. We get a few questions about what's the difference between the Flex Trek and the Flex Alp. So this is one of the Flex Alps. Binding system is a little bit more chunky. So same sort of system as far as the strapping goes, but instead of fabric straps, here you've got the elasticated, more like a volley strap, and the same thing at the back. Now, on the Flex Alp, the crampon system is more aggressive. So what you end up with is an extra couple of points under here for more traction underfoot, and you end up with some little studs at the back as well. So it means even when you place the tail, it's not going to slip. The shape on both the Flex Trek and the Flex Alps, the shape of this here also stops you from sliding around. And these couple of plastic pieces across the bottom also stop you from sliding around on the hills. This comes in a little bit heavier than what the Flex Trek does, but it's a little bit beefier snowshoe, and a little bit like in the name, that if you're going in the higher, icier terrain like we have around the main range, then the Flex Alp may be the snowshoe for you. Haven't really found any limitations on the Flex Treks in the undulating areas, so it depends a little bit on the terrain that you're going to be using. Overall, the MSR is probably the most aggressive as far as traction goes, just because it's got that complete surround. Now, you may have noticed that we don't have any tennis racket style fabric snowshoes, where you end up with the round tube around the outside and a little bit of crampon in the middle. That's simply because I don't like them. I found that they tend to ice up underneath in that crampon area, and what we have in Australia is typically very icy terrain. So, got any questions, best to leave a comment below or give us a call on the phone. It's pretty easy, it's just a matter of getting out there and giving it a go.